Hey guys, it's Monday, and some people are like, it's Monday, I want to go back to work, but not for you. You are online learning something on Monday, so congratulations and welcome to Mentorship Monday. I got a good one here. It's a little bit of a long story, so this will be a longer video, so forgive me, but it'll be good, because this one comes in from Jordan, who shot us an email over to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, which is where you guys want to shoot your emails, by the way. If you have real estate questions you want us to answer right here on the YouTube channel. So again, this came in from Jordan, and it's a longer email, but it's a good one. You guys will enjoy it. So, hey Matt, I love the videos, and I've watched almost all of them. Here is my background. I am 28 years old, and I own my own home. I bought it cheap and remodeled it and used the equity to buy a duplex using a home equity line of credit. Not bad. What Jordan did was he bought a single-family home, lived in it, renovated it, added a bunch of value, and then pulled that value out to go and buy himself a rental property. Not bad. If you guys are handy, you could do the same thing that our friend here, Jordan, did. When he purchased the property, it was already occupied. Uh-oh. On one side was a family who was nice and clean, but on the other side were two girls in their early 20s. They have 3 cats and a baby in the house, and the place stinks something terrible because of the cats. The person I bought it from did not have the tenant sign a lease or put down a deposit. Wow. Since we bought it, we had them sign a lease, but no deposit because they can't afford one. That's mistake number 1. You made them sign a lease. Now they're under a contract with no deposit in there, Jordan. Shame. Their side of the duplex is already in pretty terrible shape and needs to be completely redone. The bathroom hasn't been touched for at least 30 to 40 years. I've talked to the people around the neighborhood, and they say that the previous landlord hadn't touched the place for at least 20 years, anything in the place. So you got a lot of deferred maintenance, a lot of capital reserve you got to do, Jordan. We raised the rent already $50 for the girls since the rent was extremely low. When we bought the place, it was only $460, and all utilities are included. Guys, don't ever lease a residential property with utilities included if you can help it, because it's just a variable you cannot govern. We have done a few repairs to the house to make it more safe and livable, but they were very reluctant to do any more upgrades because the girls have already gotten this place in this rough condition. Our plan is to raise the rents $50 every month for 6 months until they either don't want to pay that much or have paid us enough rent to do the remodeling and raise the rent to a reasonable price. My question to you is, should we keep the girls and let them continue to pay rent, or should we ask them to leave and remodel the place and then raise the rent to $600 plus utilities? A remodel for this unit would be roughly $8,000 to $10,000. We have the funds to make it happen, but that would leave us with no reserves. Our fear is that we could remodel and get the bad tenants again, like another set of bad tenants, right? And be in the same situation, except for this time with no reserves. Well, first of all, a quick answer to that one is you guys have to screen your tenants. You got to screen your tenants. There's other stuff on our page here and on Bigger Pockets about screening tenants and parameters you should have. So to prevent getting bad tenants like this again, screen them and make sure they can afford the rent that you want. I would like to hear what you would do in this situation, and if you've ever been in a situation like this. Well, unfortunately I have, but it's been many years since we got ourselves into a pickle like this. So, and you are in a pickle, my friend. Here's a few things you got going on. You're already under contract. So depending on how long that contract is, if you made them sign a year agreement at $500 a month, or $460 plus an extra $50, plus with utilities included, locked for a certain period of time, you kind of got to stick to the contract, Jordan. So it is what it is. And if they screw up just this much and miss their rent, then evict and get them out so you can renovate and get a better tenant in. That's plan A, if you are on a long-term agreement with them. If you were on a month-to-month agreement with them, then I would go in and sit the tenants down and let them know, listen, I immediately need to get the utilities out of your name. You guys, if you're going to remain here, I'm giving you notice now, 60 days notice, 30 days notice, whatever the lease calls for that you made them sign, if it's a month-to-month contract, and get the utilities out of your name and into their name immediately, as soon as you can, with enough notice. If they started out at $460, you got them another $50 a month, and you got utilities out, you're at $510. You're almost at your projected $600, so I would kind of stick there. Wouldn't worry too much about a security deposit, to be honest, unless they're slow-paying tenants, and you're going to need that deposit to pay back rents if you have to evict. Don't worry about a deposit for doing repairs or renovations to the unit, because the unit's going to need a full gut reno, so you're not going to need the money for that. So again, plan A, keep them on the lease that they're on. Plan B, throw them month to month, get the utilities out of their name, out of your name, and get them switched over. And there's plan C, which could be just literally asking them to leave right now, because eventually but I wouldn't ask them to leave until they start going short at all on the rent. If your rent's due on the 1st and it's late after the 5th, then evict on the 6th, because the last thing you want to do is have a tenant that's in this scenario, that's treating the place where they're treating it, go short at all on their rent. Don't do any payment plans, don't try to do any workouts. Evict and don't look back immediately the moment that they go short on their payments with you, okay? So again, you got pretty much 3 options right there, guys. So I hope that helps. Again, if you guys have tenant issues or any other landlording issues you want to go over, we've had a ton of tenant stuff. We once had a tenant that mailed us their rent. They claimed that they mailed us the rent, but the stamp had fallen off of the letter, and they got the letter back from the postman, so that's why it was late. So, because, you know, we see stamps fall off of letters all the time, right? So, we've had plenty of tenant stuff I can discuss here with you guys on the YouTube channel. So shoot some tenant questions or other real estate questions you have to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That's helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. and we'll review it here on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your question here, Jordan. I hope that's this is a help. You got a tough situation there, but I hope that you will persevere and get through it. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great and profitable week.